Okay.
Good morning, friends. I just wanted to come in here and let you know that this is our Thursday morning chat. And we are waiting. We have a couple of people here in in our chat, and we are going to be talking about different things in business or on Facebook. Um, that could help your business or grow. Of course, if you ever have a question for our Thursday morning chat, please send it in a DM or put it in the event post, and we'll be glad to cover it for you because we understand that not everybody can come to our virtual morning coffee chats, but we do get a lot of people who do the replay. So if you watch this on the replay, give me a hashtag replay, and we do have a question for today. So I am going to, I am trying to, there we go. Now we got Mrs. Elizabeth here. So we're going to let Miss Elizabeth at least introduce herself, tell us where she's from, and a little bit about the business she's in. Take it away, Miss Elizabeth.
Hi. I had to unmute myself. But anyway, my name is Elizabeth Simon, and I'm in several things, but most of all, I I do affiliate marketing. Um, and so I have several companies that I affiliate with, but then also I do natural hair care. And so I'm launching my business, Destiny Crowns, online. And so I have someone that's opening up my Shopify store. So that's where I'm at right now.
Cool. Very good. So what part of the country are you in, Elizabeth?
I'm here in South Carolina. I'm
Oh,
about an hour and a half from Myrtle Beach.
okay. It's supposed to be nice today. I know we got the sun shining, and it's been a few days. It's been real windy. Has it been windy there?
Yeah, it's been a little windy, but it's been really nice. A little cool, but not extremely. It's just what, maybe about 55, 60 degrees.
Yep. My perfect weather. Love it. Um, the question, now, did you see the question in the event? It was about reels. Do you do reels?
I have, and I'm got to get right back to them. But
Okay.
yes, I've done reels.
Now, when you do reels, do you do one video or do you do several videos and put it together to kind of create a visual story? What kind of way do you do your reels?
For the most part, because I am not like real savvy with technology. For the
Mhm.
most, I will just run it together, but meaning I'll stop my camera and start it,
Mhm.
so that yeah, that's pretty much as fancy as I right now. Mhm.
Well, you're doing good. You know how to start and stop it. That's, you're ahead of the game for a lot of people. I don't even know how. I won't say I don't know how. With reels, I normally will do a video on my camera and, on my phone of different things and then load it up. So I've never done the broken up ones. Myself, I've seen trainings on them. But us older people, it's still I call my phone, I still call it ET because it just takes me so much longer to try to work around and understand it, that when I do trainings and I do stuff. So when we got this question about reels, I thought, okay, well, let me reach out to a couple people who are a little bit more experienced in reels than I
Mhm.
am. And of course, I didn't know who would be on the chat this morning, if we'd have a way to see if anybody else knew more about reels. Then
Mhm.
whoops, that's not what I want to do. I'm trying to get it where we're together, but it's not. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I was trying to do the gallery so that we could both be on.
Oh, okay.
There's normally a couple people who kind of seem to jump on late. And so, it's whoever shows up, we have the conversation. But reels, the question that came into the event was that they were doing reels and seemed to be like me, doing a video and then loading them up to reels, and
Mm.
it was getting cut off. That instead of having the 60 seconds that a reel is supposed to give you, that it seemed to be cutting it off at 30. So the
Mm.
question was did Facebook change anything? Did reels change and they just didn't know it? So in doing the research to answer Timothy's question about reels, as far as the information that I found and what I reached out and asked my friend, is reels have not changed. They're still 60 seconds. And that if yours aren't doing that, then there might be a couple fixes that you might want to consider. Now, I did a reels this morning just to see what what it would happen, because I hadn't done a reel in a while.
Mhm.
Things have been a little bit busy with my daughter and my mom, and I just haven't concentrated on it as much. But I did
Yeah.
do a reel this morning, and it was 53 seconds that I had taken when I was out in Utah. And so I posted it this morning, and it did all 53 seconds for me.
Mm.
So, to find a video, or unless you got a timer going to get to know exactly 60 seconds, you have to kind of play around with it, or do it like you do, start and stop. And but 60 seconds goes by way too fast for me, that I like to chat. So I've had a harder time with reels. I've been studying other people's reels to see if I can find a style of reels in, with the 60 seconds that I can really enjoy, that I can
Right.
I can make in my own way, that I can get out my message and help people, enjoy it in my style. Because the thing is we all are saying the same things, right, Miss Elizabeth? We just all have our own take on it, our own experiences with it, our own way that we've been immersed in life, that makes it different when we express the same material. And that's
Right.
the beauty, is that you find the people who like your style, like the way you express it, and gravitate to how you run your life, your business, and your marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So for Timothy, they said that if you were still having problems, that you could edit your video in Canva, load it up to Canva, edit it in Canva first, and then download it. Or they said you could use the app CupCut, that's CupCut, and load your video into CupCut, edit it, then download it as a video and see if that helps. Now, something that I have found, for whatever reason with the internet, different browsers, you got all these different ones: Google Chrome, you got Edge, you got Microsoft, you got, DuckDuckGo, you got all
Mm-hmm.
these browsers, you got Mozilla, Foxfire. There's just so many browsers out there.
Mm-hmm.
Each browser has its own program, and it reads the URLs different, even
Yes.
for the same things like Facebook or Instagram. When you pull it up on each different browser, it's going to interact differently. So
Yeah.
my first suggestion would be to change browsers. Try it on a different browser, because the one I did this morning uploaded all 53 seconds. What can I say? That is, it worked for me. If you're having problems, then we have to problem solve. Is it the computer? Is it the browser? Try using my friend's suggestions with Canva editing, because a lot of times you can upload even to YouTube. Upload your video to YouTube and download it, and maybe when you download it, it'll be in a format that the Facebook recognizes better than what's on your phone. It could be your phone, could be what you're taking the video in.
That's true.
there's just so many variables that I wanted to cover, not just his question, but maybe if somebody else is having an issue, or just in general knowledge with your computers. This is things that when things aren't working right, they make these changes in these browsers all the time. You know,
Absolutely.
Facebook makes updates, things change all the time. And sometimes when things aren't working right, I change browsers, I change this to see, is it the program? Is it the browser? What is it? Or did things just change and I have to learn and find where they put stuff?
Mhm. That's
You know,
true.
you go look and they moved everything around. Oh no. But it's always an adventure. The thing is it's don't ever look at what you're doing or trying to do as, oh my God, I'm just too stupid. You're not stupid. You're just not. Everything changes. And we as older people, we're used to old school stuff. You know, you used dial up phones, you know,
That's true.
we're, we think in old school ways first. And then we have to say, oh, well, wait a minute. Maybe it's in a new technology thing up here. We got to start thinking different.
That's right.
And so give yourself some grace. Okay. Give yourself some grace because we are all very, very smart. We just haven't been exposed to a lot. We all are at different degrees of being exposed to different skills and different things. My daughter's in cybersecurity. Okay.
Mm.
So when I have a computer issue, guess who I go see? And of course, the first thing she says is, Mom, I have to have the computer here to look at it. I have to
Mm.
see it. I can't do it over the phone. So luckily, my daughter only lives an hour and a half from me. So when I go visit grandbaby, we just save my little problems. And if I can't save it and I have a real disaster, then she will come online and see if she can problem solve for me. But I try not to do that because she works on her computer all day long. So mom doesn't try to add to her workload. Anyway, any other questions about reels? Do you have any questions, Elizabeth?
No, not at this time. I know that, like you said, things are changing, and so you just kind of have to kind of search as we go along to keep up with what's going on.
Right. But not being afraid is the biggest things. Be vulnerable to make mistakes. In fact, video yourself making mistakes. People love that. You'll get more views on stuff that you screw up than you do when you try to do it perfect because life is not perfect.
That's true.
We can't be perfect. We're not perfect. We're not machines. Okay? You're not a machine. So you're going to screw up. Laugh at yourself. There was a post I had. I need to post it again. It says, if you can't laugh at yourself, just call me up. I'll laugh at you for you.
That's funny.
Life's too short to be miserable. Come on, people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We have to have some fun here. We have to learn to take everything and say, how can I leverage this when the car breaks down? Okay, that's not what I had on the plan today. Okay,
Mhm.
got to try to get it to the mechanic. I got to see if I can afford to have it fixed. But how can you leverage it? I know one day I had a flat tire. When I was in between cars after my car accident, I had a dealer, my favorite dealer, who was trying to find me my next car, and he gave me a loaner. Well, the loaner he gave me had a flat tire. So I'm sitting here in the parking lot with a flat tire and I'm waiting for people to come. So I'm sitting there making a video to post in the story saying, okay, today is my day to experience the adventure of a flat tire. Today
Mm.
is my day to have the adventure of waiting for people and having to sit here while help comes to the rescue.
You made the most of it.
Hmm?
I said you made the most of it.
But that's what we're supposed to do. But so many people get so upset and say, "Oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to get this fixed?" It's like, "Oh my God, the sky is falling. Chicken Little, the sky is falling." And it doesn't help it. The thing they've proven with science is that if you can take a deep breath when things go wrong, just take a very deep breath. It calms your brain, and you think better when you're calm.
Absolutely.
They've proven you can't think or have even a good, reasonable, even weigh your options well if you're all upset, because you're going to miss something. And then after it's all said and done, oh, I wish I'd have thought of that. Whereas if you just breathe deep, say, okay, we're going to solve this. We're going to find the answer. Ask for the answer. Hey, universe, help me think of the answers. Help me weigh my options.
Mhm.
So when challenges come, how do you solve them, Miss Elizabeth?
Oh, I definitely breathe. And then I just get quiet. You know what I'm saying? I get quiet and I just sit with myself for a while,
Mm-hmm.
because you're so right. The universe does answer. Um, a lot of times it's answering, but we're not quiet enough to hear what it said.
Exactly. And
That's what I discovered.
exactly. We're too busy having our pity party.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People are
There've
too
been so
busy saying, "Oh, my husband should have done this, and I told him it was going to happen." And we go off on tangents. People get so wrapped up in saying, "This shouldn't have happened. It's not my fault."
hmm. Absolutely. And
And
one thing I discovered is that a lot of times when you are truly not even thinking about something, it what happens it is as so say for example, you could be, I mean, just in your private moment, whether it's taking a shower or using the restroom literally,
really,
and an awesome thought will come to mind
yep.
that you never thought about before as to how to handle that problem or that situation. And you
Mhm.
were like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have, just like you said, I wish I could have
Right,
done this, that, or the other, or I should have said this, that, or the other. But that's because you're out of that fight or flight moment of
right,
hysteria going on. Now you're in a calm state wherein you can think better, you're much clearer, and you can make better decisions. And so it's really not good to immediately go into trying to um, have a conversation about something when you're upset or out of your norm.
exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing I got hooked up in January with a mentor called Peter Sage.
Oh
And
gosh, yes.
you're familiar with?
I'm in his program. Yes, Peter
Did
Sage is
you
great.
did you do the alt? Are you in the Ultimate Self Mastery program?
I am.
He just announced what lesson 9 was available. I can't
Yes.
wait.
He's great.
Oh, he is, but he there too. It's all about staying calm. He
Mm-hmm.
says it's mastering your emotions. He says it's not about you know trying to hurry up and get something done. It's
Right.
about going within and actually taking the moments to listen
Yes.
and mastering your emotions about those subjects or about that situation, because your
Mm-hmm.
emotions do not help you know or understand what the actual right avenue is.
That's right. That's,
I've just been blown away with his program so far.
yeah. Yeah. It's great. It really is.
Well, I didn't know. Where did you hook up with his one? Did you get it through the Real Summits?
Um, I think I ran across him somewhere on social media,
Okay.
and I ended up signing up for his program, and I purchased the yeah, I want to say, yeah, it was definitely on social media,
Right.
but and I got the self mastery program. Yeah.
Yeah, in
So
January there was the Real Summits, and they had all of these massive, big people offering programs at really reduced prices.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I bought his at a reduced price, and he advertises it in different places. But
Mm-hmm.
I bought a several programs. Some I haven't started yet. Some his was because it was self mastery. And
Mm-hmm.
I am ADHD, and so impulsiveness is one of my challenges.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
So, I don't know if it's age so much that has allowed me to start really stepping back, or if
Mm-hmm.
it's just the trainings and listening to him and his thinking and his little, do you get his text messages?
Yes. Yes, I
Oh,
got morning.
oh, when they come in, it's great when you find people that are aligned with where you want to go, that are
Absolutely.
there, and that can help guide you.
Mm-hmm.
And self mastery is, as from the journey that I've been on all my life, has been the key. The more I learn to master myself, the better
Mm-hmm.
the better my businesses were. The thing is I learned to master the business part and not my personal part.
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to be the face and to do all the business stuff. And I grew a business and it was huge. And, I was one of the top reps. And I mean, I had customers that loved me and money coming in. I made more money than my husband with my business because I
Mm-hmm.
mastered that.
Right, the business side.
But the personal side between the children and the husband, I ain't quite mastered that as well. So, not that I was the whole problem, okay?
Right,
But
right.
life has problems. But
Yes,
I feel like when you're ready to finally tackle and grow, the teacher comes.
that's right. I agree.
So I find that he's coming at a time in my life that I'm ready to be a leader and help put it all together for myself so that I can share it and teach it and help other people grow, not just the business part, but the personal as well, and how one does affect the other. Because, the thing is life happens, and how do you deal with when your business all falls apart?
Right.
Been there several times that built it up. Life happened. My daughter got really sick, and I closed down a $150,000 business when my daughter's back surgery went really, really wrong.
Mm.
I said, God gave me my children. They are my first responsibility. I can build another business. And I shut it all down to get her well.
Wow.
Yeah. What was supposed to take 6 months to 2 years.
Mm.
And I ended up going through my divorce at that time. I mean, everything in my life fell apart.
Wow.
But you pick yourself up and you say, okay, I did it once, I can do it again.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So what's going on in your business? I mean, are you having any aha moments with this, or do you have any things going on in your business that you want to share with us? Maybe some wins that you've had with your business.
Yeah, well, in my hair business, in my hairline business, I've started to um put my products out at our local flea market here, while I'm waiting on the guy to put them on my Shopify store and get that up and running. And
Mhm.
so each week, people are coming out. And so I had almost a $800 sale, not last Saturday, but Saturday before last. And so I thought that was really great, and at this particular spot, it's just on the weekend, so Saturday and Sunday.
Right. Now, do you
And
make your hair care products
I do.
made from
I do.
scratch?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I used to actually do natural hair. And so when I stopped doing it, my clients were like, okay, if you're not going to do our hair anymore, at least sell us the products. And so that's how Destiny Crowns was born. And so I would just sell them to my my previous customers or whatnot. And so one of them was like, you need to go, larger with this. And so I did. And as a matter of fact, my hair oil is my number one seller. And I have different races use my hair oil because hot oil treatments are the thing for us girls.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And so that's my number one seller. And so I've sold out of that several times, there at the market, where this gentleman, he has a store there at our farmers market where he just locks the door and come back the next weekend and sells stuff. So it's always on the shelf there.
Right.
And so I'm excited about being able to put it out online. And so I'm in the learning process, and I'm, paying a lot of the people because the technical part of building funnels and all of that jazz, like you said, as we get older, and I'm in my mid 50s, I'm not, I'm just not of the mindset that I want to deal with that, especially with starting out, because it can be so overwhelming in those early times.
Yep.
Because if you feel like you're stuck and there's nobody to, get you unstuck, it's almost kind of like you give up, you know what I'm saying? And so if you're not if you're resourceful enough, or from a financial standpoint, just pay somebody and keep moving. That's what I've learned. Just pay somebody and keep moving.
That's
and
it.
so and what that allows me to do is focus on my production of my products.
Now, do you
rather
have
than
people who help you with that?
Yes, I have some family members, and I'm already looking to, once we launch that, should we scale, and I do predict that we will, getting others, and then, we just take it one step at a time. If we outgrow my, home office, if you will, then
That's it.
then we'll go to the next stage. But I know that the Lord will provide those steps,
Exactly.
and be there in place when needed. And
Exactly.
so I'm just taking it step by step. And this time I've made a commitment to myself. I'm not going to, fumble the ball, so to speak. I'm just going to go for it.
Exactly. Good for you. I'm glad to hear it. That is fabulous.
Yeah.
The success comes when you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you just say, I don't give up. I'm going to find the answers. I'm going to find somebody to help me with it. It comes to you when you are open and you decide, because so many people don't make the decision. They say, oh, I'd like to have this. Oh, I'd like to have that. That'd be wonderful. Versus, I'm going to do this. People want it. People like it. It works. I'm going to do this.
That's right. That's right. And that's the one thing that made me, sign up with Peter Sage and his group, because so much stuff is just mental, and we're our worst critics.
It is.
And so you need to be reminded, to keep yourself encouraged, even if it's just you believing in you. That is your immediate surroundings from day to day. But that's important, because only you're gonna be the one to push you. You know what I'm saying? To actually do the work, to keep going. And so it's okay if you connect with someone else that you've never, physically met before. Just like with yourself, Karen.
Right.
I mean, just knowing that there's someone else that's pushing their self going forward. You're pushing yourself going forward. You're like, from time to time I may check in, so let me see what Karen's up to. And so Karen's still moving on, then that encourages me. Hey, Elizabeth, we got to talk to yourself. Elizabeth, we got to do this thing.
Well, that's why I built the community. That's what the chat is for too. The virtual chat is also day to day in between our Thursdays, that we can encourage everybody. I encourage everybody to get involved in our virtual morning chat in Messenger. I have there's two chats for the group. One is the virtual morning one, and that's the one where we just drop in sometimes and say good morning. Somebody will share something inspiring, and we uplift each other. And then there's the one, and this is Elizabeth, if you haven't accessed this one, you know, the way Facebook works is that you need engagement on posts. You need engagement on your stuff. So I designed a chat where you could put a post in there that you did and ask people to please engage.
Okay.
And it's called our Beat the Algorithm chat. And, you know, if
I'll
somebody
beat the
drops
algorithm.
right, if you get notification that somebody's dropped a message in there, they're asking you to please give some love to this post. So we are going in and helping each other with the post because Facebook doesn't show it to everybody. So if we help each other, if I'm gonna need to be social on social media in order to Facebook show my posts, I'd rather me share and do one on your post, Elizabeth, or Jejette's, or Maria's, or you know, any number of the different ones that are in our group. It's about you have to be social for the algorithm to see that you are you're being part of the community. You're not just coming on there, putting your post there, and then hoping everybody sees it, because that ain't happening. That ain't happening. The best way to get more people to see your posts is to spend a good 30 minutes posting and engaging on other people's posts. And I'd rather do it on people in my community. If they want to put that in there, I go to those either first or last, depending on how awake I am. But either first or last, before I post my own post on my profile, I will go help anybody else's post that I haven't helped.
Right.
Because as a community, that's how we serve each other. Now, have you started email marketing at all, Elizabeth?
Not yet. The only thing that I've, done with email marketing down the line of my present business, I have, the tools and stuff for email marketing. I have not, personally sat and wrote the texts and stuff like that. But what I was doing at the market was I took a pad and I was getting people's numbers as well as their emails. So I have started collecting those from a personal standpoint.
Because you know what people don't really connect with why you need to grow your email contacts? It's because you can write an email and put that link to that Facebook post. Maybe you wrote a post on the importance of a hot oil treatment on the hair. You wrote a post and explaining, why it's important that you do this for your hair. You could send out an email to everybody that you have in the email on your email list and say, hey, I did a post about how the hot oil treatments helped your hair. Did you see it on my Facebook? When you send and you put that link in your email and people start going to it, guess what it does to the algorithm?
Oh gosh, yeah, that's a great idea. That's great.
That's why you need to build an email list. And that is why, and one of the reasons that I ask people when they come into the group, I asked you for your email. And that is the easiest way. When you go to build a Facebook group, if you start one, to get in, you're allowed questions. If you get one of them, not everybody does. And depending on who it is, I've let people in without the email. Just depends on who they are and if I think they'll be of value, maybe even as a contributor, if not as a person we can help. The email list that you create is that is yours to own. If Facebook goes down, if TikTok, when you have email addresses, email still gets more openings and more results than anything out there.
Yeah.
So good for you for collecting them. Now you make yourself a goal, Elizabeth, once a month, once a week, just to say, hey, just wanted to tell you I'll be at the market, or we got, one, ask them to ask a question. Say, hey, I was wondering, I'm going to be out at the market, and I know you come out and visit. Is there any one product that you're running low on so I can make sure I have it on hand for you?
That's good.
It's simple questions. It's building those relationships so that when they see it, it's not all about sell me, sell me, sell me. It's about, or buy me, buy me, buy me. That when they look forward to your emails, you can give value. You can tell them something funny about a salon goof up, you know.
Hmm. Yeah.
You can share different things, just like you share different things on Facebook. You share different things in the email. And it's just building, it's just another skill that you start stretching. This was my goal it was about halfway through last year, was to start getting more active with my email contacts.
Hmm.
Because I'm like you, Elizabeth. It's the thought of sitting down and writing. What do people want to hear? Well, they want to hear something nice. They want to hear something funny. It's like your emails could be the bright spot of their day.
Hmm.
But when you connect it to a post that you've done and people go visit that post, you know, hey, I'd like to know what you thought about this post. Do you agree with it or do you disagree with it?
Mm.
Tell people what you want.
Okay.
You have to tell people what you want. If not, then they just go, oh, that was interesting. And they do nothing. So it's a matter of asking people, even in your posts, hey, was this valuable? Do you think this would, who do you think this would help? Or wow, you know, I wish more people knew this. Did you know that? It's getting people to respond to you, whether it's a Facebook post, whether it's your email. Give away a freebie. Hey, I'm going to be having a giveaway for this whole month. Anybody that stops by the market, I'm going to have a special. Bring your friends. You'll get 2 entries into it if you bring a friend. This is where you can talk to people and give them the information that they may not see on Facebook or the TikTok or the whatever.
Hmm. Hmm. And that is something that I have done. I started, and I've only done it one time, but I'm going to do it. I started a monthly giveaway of all 3 of my products. So that's my way of asking people for their contacts. And so,
That's a good way. That is very smart. You might also do referrals. You know,
mhm,
they get an extra entry, or if you bring a friend, or if a friend buys from me, I'm going to give you so many dollars off your favorite product.
mhm, yeah, that's
The
good.
game, Elizabeth, is to get more people to know about your product, right? So it's not getting your regulars who already know and love you, but for them to refer you
Mhm,
to their friends. It's about them knowing other people. Who can they bring in so that they can get a discount off of
mhm,
their own?
yeah, that's true. That's good.
This is how I built all of my sales business. It's about thinking a little bit more outside the box instead of just buy me, buy me. It's about giving value and involving the customers in something.
Mhm,
So I hope that's helped other people out there. Maybe gave you some ideas. It seems that it's just been you and me, Miss Elizabeth, which is just fine because I come here open to a question if people broach it, because a lot of people will watch this on the replay. And if you have a question or you want to know something about social media, you want to know something about business, you know, email. Let's talk about how we can grow. What are things that we can do to move ourselves and our business? But the biggest thing that Peter Sage, Tony Robbins, any of the big gurus will tell you, that if you work harder on yourself than your business, it will boost your business. because
Absolutely.
the more you grow, it can't help but help you be better at your business. So until next time, next Thursday, thank you, Miss Elizabeth, for dropping in. I appreciate you being here. And we will see you all next Thursday.